All right, welcome back everyone to How to Trade during the stay-at-home order, the quarantine, etc. Back with you from my home office here. We're going to talk about 3 things to look for in what could be an emerging bear market. Okay, it's an interesting world out there. We've had some bounces, but the bounces have been subdued, and a lot of bad economic data out there, a lot of bad earnings out there. So I want you to keep an eye on these 3 catalysts that can really set up some good trades, even if the market is downtrending. Welcome back, everyone. I am lead trainer with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen here. Welcome you back. Be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, share these videos with your friends. I really want you to ring that bell, though, because especially right now, as I joked in the introduction, I'm doing a lot of these videos from my home office, especially as breaking news happens. And, I've got an example today that I'm going to give you as one of the 3 catalysts I want you to look for. But, obviously this video is recorded. Keep in mind, I do go live quite frequently on YouTube. If you ring that bell, you get notified as soon as I get live. And, if we're talking about some breaking news on Virgin Galactic, like is my example today, you can, look to interpret these plays. I get in chat, I answer questions, etc. And then other thing is, if you really, really want to take that next level, check out StocksToTrade Pro in the link below. What is StocksToTrade Pro? It is a mentorship program where I'm live every day, every single trading day, twice a day, some days actually 3 days, and some days if they're really busy, I've gone live 4 days or 4 times a day in StocksToTrade Pro before. And direct interaction, live, you see my screen, we've got an open chat. It's a great community. It's a small community, usually about 100 traders in there, like-minded, great attitudes, all business, no BS, focused on the best trades of the day. I've done over 2,000 webinars in StocksToTrade Pro. They're all archived. They're all indexed with annotated notes. So when we're talking about these chart patterns, etc., you can actually jump back and see these stocks and nail them the next time. That's a lot of what we're doing in trading is it's just pattern recognition. These patterns just repeat and they repeat and they repeat. And if you look at them enough, I joke about staring at charts till your eyes bleed. You probably hear me say that, but a lot of it, it sounds simple. But if you can, get these techniques down, that's the path to being a self-sufficient trader. That's what I want out of you. StocksToTrade Pro is the best way to do that. Okay, 3 things I want you to look at, especially during this bear market is, number 1, look for mass layoffs. Okay, that's, that can quite, it bums me out. It actually is a bummer, but it's something to keep an eye on because many of these stocks, especially, automotive companies, manufacturing companies, they're known for this. And, again, it bums me out. I don't want to profit off of people losing their jobs, but we've seen this hundreds, maybe thousands of times in, scary markets, in bear markets. And if the stocks are going to move, you might as well profit off of them. Okay, it doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you a vampire, but if companies are cutting their payroll, stocks can shoot up. Again, the first example I always think of, many of you may or may not know, I'm in Michigan, lived in Michigan my entire life, very embedded with the automotive industry, and through the years, my uncle gets laid off, a bunch of his, thousands of his fellow employees get laid off, stock price goes up. It's just basic economics. They're cutting the payroll. That's money back in the company. Shareholders see that as a possible dividend. So again, it doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a trader. And if the stock's going to move, you can capitalize on it. So use your news feed in StocksToTrade or any other software. And banks, we saw this back when I was getting started trading in the 2007-2008 crisis. We saw this with a lot of banks. They would cut that payroll and the stock price would quickly move. So keep an eye on that. Number two is something we look for every single day. And, yes, this is definitely a technique in the bear market, but it's also a technique anytime. And you can see, on my screen in the lower right, everything in StocksToTrade is built in to the news. I mean, when you bring up any stock, the first thing you're going to see, and I'm leaving it on Virgin Galactic here because my last example is a real-time example, but everything in StocksToTrade is built around the news. Okay, I can turn on alerts for that news. Every time a new SEC filing hits, I get a ding. Every time a news article hits, I get a ding. I can scan that news for specific topics. Actually, check our past videos. I just recently did a video where I showed you how to scan for specific terms like, coronavirus or COVID-19, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that is one of the greatest features of StocksToTrade is the news is built in, and it's, I think, the fastest, or it's at least the top one or two fastest, to get the news. We're checking multiple news feeds. We've got a breaking news alerts chat service now that's built into StocksToTrade that's actually run by two former hedge fund desk guys that are checking even more sources of news than StocksToTrade checks. Actually, there'll be a link for that down below. Look for the breaking news chat alert service. So always, always, always be watching the news. I think a mistake many newer traders make is they try and trade stocks that don't have a catalyst, okay? Doesn't mean it's guaranteed that the stock can move, but you want a catalyst, okay? You want something that gives traders something to latch onto, okay? Because, especially if you're looking for that multi-hour or multi-day move for like a swing trade, there's got to be a reason for the next guy to buy, okay? So think about that. How does a stock price go up? A stock price goes up because someone's willing to pay more. So if someone's willing to pay 16 for space, you need somebody that's willing to pay 16.05, 16.50, 17. You've got to have those bidders to bid the price up, just like any other auction, okay? The stock market's an auction. And if there's no meat, there's nothing out there, a story, you're going to get a lot of failed breakouts. Focus on new stocks. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is milestones, contract wins, etc. And we've got a great example with Virgin Galactic Space. You can see right here, just right about 2 p.m., they completed their first flight from Spaceport America. Love this. Okay, first of all, I'm a big technology guy, always been a big technology guy. I'm a big sci-fi guy. I'm actually, not to waste too much time, I'm actually rereading Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, one of the great, the iconic sci-fi series out there. Check out the Foundation series, great stuff. Anyway, that being said, it's exciting stock. It's space, it's technology, it's, potentially going to Mars. Elon Musk is talking about going back to the moon, going to Mars too. Space travel is huge, and it's achievable at this point. And you can see that as soon as that news item hits, this stock was trending down all day, basically doing nothing. Now, space has been a strong recent IPO and a former runner. You can see that on the chart. Number one, look for former runners. But, not doing much for a few weeks. Not doing much today. That news hits, the volume hits, and then you've got to, once this thing reclaims VWAP, and I know I'm throwing some jargon at you, check out StocksToTrade Pro, okay? That's, again, the link below. We talk about this jargon every day. So if I'm hitting you with some terms you don't quite get, check out past videos on our YouTube. Check out StocksToTrade Pro. Anyway, that being said, this thing reclaims VWAP, and you can see $2 a share immediately to the upside. It's now consolidating, and we'll see in the next couple minutes before I wrap up this video. Kind of looks like it wants to break out. So that being said, I always do it on these, we're doing these stay-at-home quarantine videos. I like to give you the date. So I'm recording this on May 1st at 2:47 p.m. So nice looking cup and handle on space. Now I know you won't see this live, but if you are watching it and you're looking for these patterns, jump back to May 1st, 2020. she wants to go at 2:47 p.m. and check out space. So those are the big things I want you to look for during bear markets. Those layoffs, they can create big moves. Company news, virus stuff, virus plays are still really hot. And then accomplishments, milestones, like something like space. So thank you, everyone. I hope you're staying safe at home through all this. I hope you're learning. We do all these videos on YouTube. We've got a great blog. At StocksToTrade, we've got a bunch of awesome information out there. And the reason we do it, the reason I do it, the reason I'm here is, it's a scary time. It's a different world out there. And I, in StocksToTrade, want you to make the best of it. And my thing, and I say it in a lot of these videos, is you can watch Netflix, you can play video games, you can be bummed out, or you can be proactive. Okay, you can get up off that couch, you can get up bright and early, you can get up bright and early when nobody's telling you to. Study, read the news, look for the chart patterns, watch the webinars, envelop yourself in this. So instead of, watching 10 seasons of Office Space that you've already watched, watch 10 seasons worth of stock trading videos. Hey, YouTube is awesome, whether it's our videos or other videos. There's a million great resources out there. Take advantage of it. Come out of this a better version of yourself. That's your goal. Smarter, faster, stronger every day. All right, everyone, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and please take a minute, check out StocksToTrade Pro, especially if you've got that extra time right now, you're home all day long. What better way to spend it than on twice daily live webinars? And as always, ring that bell, hit that subscribe button, and share with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you next time.